All right, so thanks to my lawyer Ashley, aka Just the Girl Atlanta, she gave me the link. The link had the documents, easy too. It was quick. I was like, "Yo, you got the link for me?" She said, I'll find it right now." Bam, link right there. I'm like, "Oh, okay." It was that easy. It was that easy, man. I got the best supporters in the world, the best koala holics in the world. I be out here. I mean, y'all just great. So we're gonna read the document, the amended complaint or UMG response to Drake amended complaint. They say that should start from the argument section, and let's go. Drake contends that the decision not to include the word pedal to the metal as used in the phrase certified pedal to the metal in Lamar's Super Bowl performances could only reflect that the language is defamatory, but this ignores any number of the other explanations for the decision, such as threats by Drake of an additional meritless litigation. All right. Drake fails to state a claim for defamation. Drake, who had no concerns using UMG's platform to publish slurs about Lamar during their rap feud, now claims Not Like Us is defamatory. These allegations directly aimed at chilling legitimate artistic expression safeguarded by the First Amendment. Hold on. UMG saying Kendrick Lamar, it was freedom of speech. Kendrick Lamar is allowed to use freedom of speech, but you also, Drake, on UMG platform, came at Kendrick Lamar. So how can you call out defamation of character towards UMG and Kendrick Lamar for Not Like Us when you yourself use UMG platform to have slurs toward Kendrick Lamar? That's kind of crazy. A great rebuttal right there. That's a great rebuttal. Expressions of opinion are, as opposed to assertions of fact, are deemed privileged, and no matter how offensive, cannot be subject of an action of defamation. Yo, UMG, huh? UMG cooking up right now. They saying that Kendrick Lamar calling you a pedal to a metal is an opinion. There is no fact in this. There's not really is what he say? What did it say? Expressions of opinion as opposed to assertions of a fact. I don't want to get UMG. I don't want to get UMG in trouble because they trying to say that, hey, it's just an opinion that you're a pedal to a metal, right? And it's like it's the difference between fact. It's an opinion that you're a pedal to metal. It's not the same as the fact that you're a pedal to the metal. But all that stuff that Drake was doing, it kind of seemed like fact. So I don't know, UMG. I don't know. Drake claims this lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us. Nonsense. They said nonsense, Drake. Although this lawsuit is baseless against any target, it is plainly about Lamar. Drake's repeated insistence to the contrary merely betrays his recognition that this true battle was and is with Lamar. UMG letting you know, what you mad at me for? UMG like, what are you saying F me for? UMG like, why you saying F me for? We didn't do this. Kendrick Lamar said the pedal to the metal stuff, and it just stuck. It stuck with you because, you did some pedal to the metal activity. UMG said all we did was publish it. Kendrick Lamar said it. Why are you suing us? What you mad at me for? Likewise, the cover image of Drake's Toronto house is obviously doctored, further underscoring the non-factual nature of Not Like Us. Again, no reasonable viewer would believe that the image of Drake's mansion with 13 S offenders markers is real. The image is hyperbolic, exaggerated, conveying opinion, not fact. All right. Hey, yup. UMG, you right. We don't believe, if it's anything, we don't believe that those offenders in Drake house is real. No, we don't believe it at all, UMG. You got it. You got it. Keep doing what you got to do. Not Like Us was Lamar's culminating track in one of the nastiest lyrical warfare rap feuds in recent history. It followed the release of 7 preceding tracks in which Drake and Lamar hurled increasingly vitriolic allegations, including Drake's slurs that Lamar's son was fathered by someone else and that Lamar physically abuses his fiance. That's what we UMG cooking right now. That's what we saying. How can you say defamation of character and you yourself has been shooting at slurs at Lamar too? And it's not just the freaking the son not his and beating up on his wife. It's the other thing you had mentioned, the assault thing. But you want to be defamation of character all over that. UMG is trying to do the spin back, the nerve of Drake to be like, oh, what Kendrick said to you was defamation, but what you said to Kendrick wasn't? The nerve. I see what's going on here. In a straight attempt to justify his claim, Drake points to a selection of cherry-picked anonymous online comments, which he says evidence that the average listener or viewer has understood, not like us, to reflect factual assertions about Drake, rather than art or hyperbole. It's hyperbole. This argument is easily dismissed. The subjective opinions of a handful of people do not factor in, particularly whereas here they are found in anonymous online comments, which are notoriously unreliable. The comments cited in Drake's complaint make this point. They are rife with grammatical errors, slang, emojis, and authored by sources such as Wrestling Warrior 15, Meow Meow, and I'm Chicken Little. No, okay, this is why UMG is like, come on, y'all. Y'all done found these freaking usernames. These usernames got some it look like they got like they freaking planted. Like y'all planted the usernames. Meow Meow is in the lawsuit. Wrestling Warrior and Chicken Little. These usernames seem a little planted. Is what is unreliable is what UMG is saying. For this reason, courts consistently hold that online comments are opinion, not fact, as the culture of the internet communications has been characterized as encouraging a freewheeling, anything goes writing style, such that readers give less credence to allegedly defamatory remarks. So they're basically saying we can't go off of Wrestling Warrior, Chicken Little, and Meow Meow to be the reason why your claims of defamation is true. You can't be like, oh, Meow Meow said that Drake is a pedal to the metal, so whatever Kendrick Lamar said, that means it's true. Don't use usernames to make your tactic, whatever tactic you're trying to do to make sure that people can believe that this is a thing. You cannot use usernames like Wrestling Warrior to be the case. So that's what's UMG trying to dismiss the fact you're trying to use usernames to make it more believable. To the first lyric is particularly stunning, as noted above. Drake himself goaded Lamar to talk about Drake liking young girls. That Lamar then did so does not convey anything other than Lamar accepted Drake's invitation. That's hilarious that he is like, Kendrick did what you told him to do, Drake. Drake, you invited Drake goaded. He goaded Lamar to talk about Drake liking little girls. You told Lamar to do it, and all Lamar did was accept your invitation. That is crazy. All I did was open the door, Drake. You told me, you gave the freaking invitation to Drake. You gave the invitation to Kendrick Lamar. All Kendrick Lamar did was come to the freaking party. All Kendrick Lamar did was come to the party. You gave me the invitation to go to your party. All I did was come to the party, and now the party must die. That's it. Don't blame me for inviting me. Don't blame me for inviting me to your party. You invited me. Now you mad at me because the party I freaking crashed the party. Moreover, the broader context showed that both Lamar and Drake traded these sorts of jabs. For example, Drake in Family Matters claimed with respect to his own unfounded allegations that your darkest secrets are coming to light. He makes similar assertions to the Heart Part 6 rapping, what about the bones we dug up in the excavation? For all the reasons a reasonable person would not interpret these lyrics as conveying undisclosed facts, but would understand them for what they are. Saber rattling in the battle. Drake's argument also fails because the statements in Not Like Us relate to controversies. So they still pointing out there using Drake lyrics is basically saying like, yo, you've been doing the, what we found at excavation, rabbit holes go deep. You've been saying similar jabs to Kendrick the way Kendrick been doing to you. Yours didn't stick, yours didn't land. So now you want to say defamation of character, even though you was very happy to being in this battle If you would have won the battle, Drake, if you would have won the battle, you wouldn't be saying defamation of character. The reason that you're doing this right now is because you lost. Even though your jabs didn't hit. Your jabs didn't land. They didn't connect. Indeed, to the extent rabbit hole has any understood meaning, it does not imply undisclosed facts, but rather pursuing a known piece of information. The file rabbit holes go down rabbit hole to Wonderland, and in that sense implies Lamar's referring to well-known rumors regarding Drake's relationship with Mike. That's what they saying. UMG is like, yo, Kendrick is not saying something that's undisclosed. Kendrick is not saying something that nobody does, that nobody found out. He didn't put out information that nobody knew. He's just enhancing the information that's already been out there about Drake. UMG is like, if you're gonna sue us, then just sue everybody. It's information about you being the pedal to the metal has been out here for everybody. Everybody said it. Everybody said it. Now you want to be mad. Drake also alleges that the statements in Lamar's Euphoria, including "Don't tell no lie about me, I won't tell truths about you," and "I know some shit that about niggas that make Gunna wanna look like a saint," imply that "Not Like Us" is based on undisclosed facts. For the same reason discussed above, this argument fails both in the light of the rhetorical hyperbole of the artist's rap battle and because there is no connection drawn between these lyrics and statements. So they're just trying to debunk any of that nonsense about you saying undisclosed facts. Everything that Kendrick Lamar did was already out there for the public to the public already had an idea. So they trying to figure out why are you suing now? The public already knew this. All Kendrick Lamar did was paint a better picture. All he did was paint a better picture. Why are you mad at me for? Facts and criticism concerning Drake's relationship with minors predate Not Like Us and have been widely reported. God damn. God damn it. Oh my God. Where am I at? Rumors and speculations around his misbehavior around minors. They said misbehavior. No. Misbehavior. He misbehaving around minors, and that Millie Bobby Brown is one of the things that most people are aware of when it comes to Drake and the rumors around him. In the Heart Part 6, Drake also affirmed that he understood Lamar's statements and Not Like Us to refer to Millie Bobby Brown controversy. Yo, this is so freaking stupid. He said his misbehavior with minors. Hey, UMG, yeah. Oh my God, you misbehaving? You misbehaving? Oh my God. What is it going? Undisclosed facts, the incident, the issue. Girl. We all know the stories of him going to girls' basketball. God damn, Drake. They turning up now, Drake. They turning up. God damn, Drake. I got a video about that. I got a video about Drake going to these girls' basketball games. God damn, Drake. We all know the stories of him going to girls' basketball games. There are some things that we've seen and heard over the years. It's kind of wild that this has been in the atmosphere for some time, but no one has previously called out Drake in this way. When Millie Bobby Brown was 13, she met Drake at a concert. He was 30 or 31 at the time. She said they would text a lot in the interviews and they maintained this friendship where he would give her advice about boys. Stuff like that. This was spoken about in interviews. Having inappropriate sexual relationships with minors is a topic Drake has had to debunk in the past. God damn it, UMG. Oh my God. Oh my God. They put in that basketball game too. You being weird going up to them girl basketball games, Drake. They put it in there. God damn. The Epstein angle is shit I expected. I only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never looked twice at no teenager. Clearly, Drake himself understands that Lamar lyrics refers to well-known issues that have been widely reported Drake's arguments concerning undisclosed facts carry no weight. Yo, UMG, you are frying this man. UMG is frying this man. He's saying that Kendrick Lamar didn't even say these certain names. You said these names. You said the Millie Bobby Brown, the Epstein angles, what I expected. Why did you expect that? You must have heard it before Kendrick. Why would you expect the Millie Bobby Brown angles and the Epstein angles? You must have heard it before Kendrick. So all this undisclosed facts hold no weight. Weightless, no gravity. Just no gravity at all. That's kind of crazy. That's crazy. Drake fails to state claim for second-degree harassment. Second-degree harassment. Harassment in the second degree is going to be the funniest thing I have ever heard in my life. Oh my God, harassment in second degree. All right, I'm sorry. Indeed, the fact that second degree harassment is included in the penal law giving police officers the ability to enforce its provisions means that a private right of action is inconsistent with the legislative scheme. So I'm assuming that UMG is like saying that you can't put that on Not Like Us. If somebody acted off of Not Like Us, they didn't act off Not Like Us as a private right. They didn't act off Not Like Us as a private right of action. So you can't say this is second degree harassment. You're not getting harassed. You can't say that Not Like Us is the reason why you're getting second degree harassment, because nobody did a private right of action. And I think a private right of action is basically suing. Y'all let me know. Let my lawyers know. My lawyers should, explain this more to me. But I'm assuming there was no private right of action based off, no individual did a private right of action based off of Not Like Us. Therefore, Drake cannot be saying second degree harassment. Oh, you made this song that made people try to come at me a certain way or do something to me a certain way. So I'm assuming they trying to debunk the fact that you can't say second degree harassment for Not Like Us because there was no private right of action that happened. Drake's harassment claims fails for other reasons. The statute requires that UMG act with intent to harass, annoy, or alarm Drake's NY penal law, but at most, Drake merely asserts an intent to devalue Drake's music and brand in order to gain leverage in negotiations. That's crazy. He only used this second degree harassment crap, saying that Not Like Us hurt your brand, hurt your music, so you can have better negotiations against. You want to use this to negotiate with us with UMG. I see what's happening. And even this allegation makes no sense. Drake does not explain how a contract with Drake would be more profitable for UMG if Drake was devalued. UMG revenues would decrease. I'd indeed Drake contradictorily, I don't know how to say that, alleges that UMG had the opposite incentive with respect to resigning Lamar. So he up there saying that Drake was like pissed off about, Drake is mad that when they re-signed Lamar, his contract didn't see what it wasn't looking how it wanted to look. Now this whole defamation of character, second degree harassment crap that's going on, it's only for Drake to use leverage to get the contract that he always wanted. Like, I didn't get the contract I want. Now I'm gonna try to sue you to get the contract that I actually need. So they're like, yo, you're contradicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself everywhere you go. Everything you do, you contradicting yourself. You're just trying to make better negotiations for yourself, and it's kind of odd. Drake nowhere alleges that UMG intended to cause violence against him, nor are the lyrics of Not Like Us likely to produce imminent lawless action. And while Drake attempts to contort violent metaphors in the lyrics into incitement, hyperbolic and metaphorical language is a par for the course in the diss tracks. Indeed, Drake owns diss tracks employed imagery far more violent. What is he talking about? They about to expose this man. Like, don't talk about Kendrick Lamar inciting people to do some harm to you when you yourself had said some wild things that can incite people. While Drake has decided a handful of decisions that have recognized a private cause of action, those decisions, all right, so with such lyrics as "You're dead, there's nowhere to hide, and I'll slit your throat," Finally, Drake fails to. Oh, so they have to just exposing the fact that you saying stuff like you're dead. You're dead. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide, and I'll slit your throat. I don't know about the slit your throat part. When did he say I'll slit your throat? If Drake said I slit your throat, that's kind of wild too. So they up there saying like, yo, you can't be doing this. You know, defamation of character, secondhand smoking harassment, second-degree harassment, when you yourself are saying words that can incite somebody to, you know, such violence. You can't, whatever method you trying to prove, they debunking every rebuttal and everything that Drake is doing. All this is a rebuttal. Drake has received information that UMG engaged in classic pay-for-play scheme by paying to increase the airplay of the recording on the radio, but such allegations must be accompanied by a statement of the facts upon which the belief is founded and cannot rest on pure conjecture and speculation. So they let it be known. You were just saying, you was throwing out all type of allegations about the bots and the scheming and all the other crap right there, but where's the facts at? You're not even claiming your own allegations in the lawsuit. Where's your facts at, Drake? They up there, they going crazy on you. They on your neck right now. Second, Drake's injury theory is that each time the recording was artificially streamed, Drake's songs receive a disproportionate share from the pool of royalties collected based off the streaming data. Every time the recording was played on the radio, Drake lost opportunity for one of his songs to be played. But such far-fetched claims are not cognizable. The proposition that Drake's song would necessarily have been played instead of Not Like Us is pure speculation. Insufficient to support, nor does Drake alleges how either claim injury was caused by a failure of disclose the alleged financial incentives. So he's just saying that, he's just telling you that Drake is just lying about everything. Drake is finding ways to say, hey, the reason why my music can't get played because y'all keep on playing Not Like Us. The spot that Not Like Us should get played on, y'all keep playing, y'all not playing my music, y'all keep playing his. Who is paying y'all to kill me? Drake is out there crashing out. He's not mentioned, he withdrawed his bot claims. He withdrawed his third-party allegations. They tell him Drake that, hey, you can't be saying defamation of character if you yourself has been saying foul language to Kendrick. You yourself has said that dig up the excavation, the same way that Kendrick has said rabbit holes go deep. You lost the battle, Drake. UMG is just trying to say that you just lost the battle. You lost the battle and you heard about it. Anything that Kendrick said was already public information. How can you say defamation of character or second-degree harassment when when everything that Kendrick said was already out in the public? That's why when you responded, you already was like, hey, I know why you talk about that Epstein angle, that Millie Bobby Brown. Why would you mention that? He didn't say Epstein. He didn't say Millie Bobby Brown. You knew that rumor was already out there for the public. So now you're trying to find ways to say, yo, my stuff is I'm losing money. My music is not getting played. And you're finding ways to lie and say it's because Not Like Us is getting incentivized by either UMG or getting pushed by another third party, and you're just spiraling. The superpower we once knew looking paranoid, not superstar. What is it? What did he say? What did he call you? Did he call you a superstar or he called you a freaking movie star? I don't know what he called you. The streaming star we once knew looking paranoid, now spiraling. The streamer that we once knew. Now you a streamer. So you need to throw away your little allegations. Throw away all the conspiracies. Everything in here is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy. Put on your metal helmets and start conspiring. These are conspiracies. These are theories right now you got over here, Drake. Nothing seems like, factual. Nothing seems like it's really something you should never even been doing. You need to be a streamer. A streamer would do a lawsuit. You fit the criteria now. A freaking musician, a rapper in a battle would not do a lawsuit when they lose a battle. A streamer would. A streamer would go take the lengths to say, oh my God, this guy's talking bad about me. I'ma sue him. That's what a streamer would do. So you put yourself in the right field. You have the right job now. You have the right job that fits the reason why you're in a lawsuit. Good job at making sure, hey, I can't be a rapper no more. I'm not a pop star. I need to go into a lane where this type of stuff may be accepted. Streaming. You know, a streamer that does lawsuits is not uncommon. I've seen them. So you put yourself in the right profession. I get it now. You did something, finally, you made streaming and lawsuits blend together because it didn't make sense for us in the hip hop world. You are not a part of hip hop. UMG is correcting everything. They're making sure to debunk all this nonsense that you got going on. So you and your company need to figure this out how I need to figure this out. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about Drake still suing, still trying to do these amended complaints, and UMG not backing down. They got freaking all type of rebuttals going on. All type of rebuttals for Drake. But let me know how y'all feel about the documents. Making sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to me, and I'm out. Bye.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.